Gino adjusted his signature Panama hat in the rearview mirror, then immediately adjusted it again. Sweat dotted his forehead. Though the air conditioning in his rental car was blasting, he was parked outside the arrivals terminal at Miami International Airport, waiting for the newest cast member of their reality show, Matt. Matt, the producers said, would bring a different kind of energy to the already unstable mix of long-distance love, broken promises, and tropical backdrops. Gino wasn't sure what that meant, but he didn't like it. Different energy usually meant drama, and Gino didn't do drama unless he was wearing flip-flops and could walk away from it. He tapped his fingers on the steering wheel, scrolling through his DMs absent-mindedly. Fans were already speculating about Matt's arrival. Some were excited, others, not so much. One comment caught his eye: "I hope Gino doesn't explode when he meets Matt. That guy seems like a walking red flag." Gino chuckled dryly. "You and me both." A knock on the passenger window made him jump. There stood Matt, blonde, over-tanned, wearing sunglasses indoors, or, technically, under the airport awning, and dragging 2 designer suitcases that probably cost more than Gino's monthly rent. He grinned like they were long-lost brothers. "Gino," Matt bellowed, loud enough to turn heads at the pickup zone. "Matt," Gino replied, carefully neutral, opening the trunk. "Dude, I'm so pumped to finally meet you. The producers said we were gonna vibe." Gino forced a smile and popped the trunk. "Let's see how it goes." The car ride was short, but excruciating. Matt talked, non-stop, so I was like, either she flies to L.A., or I'm not doing the relationship. Like, come on, I have a brand to protect, you know? I'm not gonna move for someone who doesn't even have a verified account. Right, Gino muttered, eyes on the road. "I mean, the followers say it all. You're at what, like 112K? Not bad, man, not bad. I can get you some engagement tips if you want." "I'm good." But Matt wasn't good. He was confident, overconfident. The kind of guy who called himself a relationship alpha and claimed gaslighting is just strategic storytelling. By the time they pulled into the cast villa, a sleek, rented mansion with too many palm trees and not enough authenticity, Gino had already decided he wanted nothing to do with Matt. The producers knew what they were doing. Within 24 hours, Matt had already clashed with Priya, who was suspicious of his motives, flirted with Sophia, despite knowing she was in a complicated thing with Andre, and accused the house chef of sabotaging his keto diet. But the producers had bigger plans. They scheduled a bonding lunch between Gino and Matt, just the two of them, on camera, at a beachside bar with cocktails and relatable menu items like truffle sliders and vegan sushi. Gino arrived first. He wasn't thrilled. Matt arrived 10 minutes late, wearing a linen shirt open to his navel and aviators perched cockily on his forehead. "Sorry, bro. Had to do a quick IG live. Fans were dying to know what I was wearing." Gino took a long sip of water. Matt sat across from him, throwing a casual arm over the back of his chair. "So, Gino, let's clear the air." "There's air to clear?" Matt leaned in. "Listen, I know you've been kinda cold." Gino raised an eyebrow. "I've been polite." Yeah. Matt nodded. "But I think you might be intimidated." "I get it. I come in, big personality, big presence. That can feel like a threat." Gino set his glass down. "Hard. Or maybe," he said, "I've just dealt with enough fake people to recognize one when I see one." Matt smiled, like he was being complimented. "Fake is subjective, bro. I'm just being strategic." Gino leaned forward, voice low. "We're here to show real relationships, real love, not turn this into your TikTok dating experiment." Matt shrugged. "It's all content, my guy." At that moment, Gino realized Matt wasn't just here for love or fame. He was here to hijack the show. Tension simmered for the rest of the week. Matt kept inserting himself into other couples' drama. He gave unsolicited relationship advice like he was a love guru instead of a walking contradiction. He turned every group activity into a chance to monologue for the cameras. The rest of the cast started avoiding him, but he didn't care. He was getting screen time. One night, during a beach bonfire scene, Matt grabbed a guitar and started playing an acoustic cover of Hotline Bling while the others quietly roasted marshmallows. Gino finally snapped. "Can you not make everything about you for 5 seconds?" he said, standing up. Matt stopped strumming, surprised. "I'm setting the vibe." "No, you're setting yourself up for more followers, for a spin-off, for a career that has nothing to do with why we're actually here." The cameras zoomed in. Sophia whispered, "Oh boy, here we go." Matt stood up, brushing sand from his jeans. "Are you jealous, Gino?" Gino laughed. loud and unamused. Of what? Your influencer sponsorships? Your fake relationships? This is who I am, Matt said, voice rising. I'm not pretending. You're just mad because your story's boring. Gino stepped closer, hat tilted slightly forward like a gunslinger in a spaghetti western. My story might be boring, he said, but at least it's real. Silence. Even the waves held back. The episode ended with the classic cliffhanger: two grown men staring each other down in the moonlight. Tiki torches flickering, dramatic music swelling. But what the cameras didn't capture was what happened later. After the producers pulled them apart and the cast drifted inside, Gino sat alone on a deck chair, staring out at the ocean. A few minutes later, Matt appeared, quieter this time. No cameras, no followers, just a can of soda and a sigh. He sat beside Gino, not saying anything for a while. Eventually, Gino broke the silence. You always like this? Matt shrugged. Sometimes. I guess I'm used to having to be on all the time. Gino didn't respond. Matt cracked open the soda. You're right. By the way, I did come here to build a brand, but that doesn't mean I don't want something real too. Gino looked over. Hard to believe you want real when you act like a character. I don't know who I am when the cameras aren't rolling anymore, Matt admitted, quietly. That's the scary part. Gino nodded slowly. Try being real anyway. It's hard, but at least you can sleep at night. The next day, things didn't magically change. Matt still flirted too much, still monologued, still called himself a walking lifestyle, but he toned it down just a little. And Gino? He didn't like Matt. Not exactly, but he understood him a bit better. Sometimes people act the loudest when they're the most afraid, and sometimes, the most awkward meetings lead to the realest moments.